Hey,
All right. I can hear you really good.
yeah, I can hear you too.
Yeah, there ain't
I
no
gotta turn
issues
this.
like on this one.
Is there any echo or anything?
It's on my laptop, not from you.
Okay.
I got my volume jacked up.
All right, cool.
You're not getting any feedback from my side from it, are you?
Nah, cause I got these big headphones on.
All right. And then there was I got a notif because I do the notification on your channel when you go live. So it just came up testing with Natsman72 bottles, the bottle cards live. So it went
Yeah.
out.
All right, cool.
So
Okay,
everybody,
so anybody that gets in here, um, this thing says we can have up to 6 people. I might be able to sign up for an account that lets us have more. I don't know. Um, but this is a way that we can do the group live. It's called StreamYard. Um, y'all would need to have Facebook Messenger or hit me up with your email if you want to use it. But we can definitely try to use this to do some live group uh, chats. And I think that'd be kind of fun.
it'll be cool. Be really interactive and putting faces to people's names and stuff. And
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, and like people have said, easier than just, typing. We can do this, once a week or a couple times a week or something. Just get on and chat.
if you
Other,
go over to the live comments and like if you wanted to pull a comment up on the screen, I think you could like. There's one from Connor
yeah,
or the one from you. You could pull that up, and I think it puts it across the screen. Like you can pick and choose one to pull up. Like if you're
yeah,
talking,
right there.
yeah. Like if you're doing the discussion, there's a topic. Hey, there's a good question. I know
Yeah,
Andy with She Blindedly with Refractors uses this platform and he does this. But that's how I
yeah.
learned it.
I use OBS only because it has a lot more customization, like when I'm showing my other screens and all that stuff. But for the group thing, I think this would work out pretty good. Yeah, I
Got it
see
on
it
it.
back there. Y'all can see a lot more on this, the wall and stuff behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all the Kobe magazines hung up and the national stuff hung up. So,
What does the
um,
share screen do?
um, I, I believe I can share like I do on OBS.
Okay.
Um, I clicked on it, but it said I got to look at it because it says Chrome crashes and it says to use Firefox, and I don't have Firefox. I only use Chrome. So if I wanted to do something like that, I would probably have to download Firefox. So the weird thing is I have it on my second monitor. So y'all are probably wondering why I'm looking away from the camera. It's
I
because
was
I'm
wondering
looking.
that.
Yeah, let me pull it over here. Doot, doot.
Same thing happens to me at work on the one we
There we
use.
go. Yeah. Well, my wife actually has three downstairs plus her laptop. So,
Scott
um,
Kelly says it looks like it's pretty good for watching on mobile.
well, yeah, because like I'm bigger. When I do it, I have my big head down in the corner, and that way I can show the screens and all that stuff, and people can see them better. So,
Man,
good.
I got a
This.
couple questions for you while we're on here.
All right.
When did you get back into the hobby and why?
Um, well, I was in around 2011. Unfortunately, I wasn't buying baseball, or I could have had trout. Um, then life had some bumpy roads. I moved back over here in 2012. My wife went to Blowout and bought me 2 boxes of Bowman football.
Baby, did you hear that? All right, I'm just okay.
And then in 2017, we found online breaking. Um, we got into brakes real heavy. And at that time, we were
Buying
doing,
into it.
yeah, we were buying into brakes. We were doing football at that time. Um, we then, well, watching, I'll be honest with you, watching the Cubs win the World Series got us into, like, got me loving baseball again. Because the steroid era, it crushed me. You know, and Griffey going to the Reds, I was a huge Griffey fan. Um, so 2017, watching the Cubs win the World Series. Well, actually, I guess it would have been the 2016 season. Beginning of 2017, we used to go, or we started going to Potomac, and that just, like, we met Victor at that first game and everything else, and that just drew my love back to baseball. We were still doing breaks. Um, we
That's how you
stopped.
latched on to the Nationals.
Yeah, yep. Because Potomac is real close to us, and you know they were the newest team in baseball. They're local, obviously. Um, I had been out of baseball for a while, and you know it was kind of crazy timing. 2017, you know, they had a good year. 2018 kind of sucked, and then 2019, that was a roller coaster ride. But they won. They won. You know, they won the title.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of the same situation in football. I mean, I was when I was out in Indiana, I watched. I went to the Bengals games. I went to practices. I worked. You know, I designed and ran a Bengals players website. I was around the team. You know, huge into the. I was basically. I had VIP media passes to spring training. Players gave me tickets to go to the games. Um, Hung out with Ocho, I don't know how many times, you know. Um, but then when Jerome Simpson got in trouble and the team didn't do nothing to him, um, I was like, okay, I can't have my son looking up to a team that's not punishing their players when my son was tightly connected to that player and he wouldn't understand. So I don't like the Steelers. Nothing personal. I'm just not a Steeler fan, and I can't stand all the fans that say, "Well, we got 6 Super Bowl rings, and they weren't even alive for a majority of them." Baltimore is close to here, and I was like, you know what? Baltimore's in the same division as Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. It's a perfect fit for me. That's how I became a Ravens fan. That actually happened in 2000. It was end of 2011, beginning of 2012 is when I became a Ravens fan. Um, and then we all know they won the Super Bowl, so I got called a bandwagon jumper and everything else, even though I was already a fan before they won, the season before they won. So yeah, 2017 when we got into breaks and stuff. Um, but I have nothing against people that do breaks. They're great if you want to go for a high end product. Um, but we were finding we were losing more than gaining. And I'm going to tell you, I would love to get, I'd love to get this guy on here in a chat with everybody. I know he watches the channel. He's messaged, he's posted comments. I would love to get Elitco on here and pick that dude's brain because I'm going to give him a lot of credit.
I was on Blake Jameson's live session the other night, and they're going to do something similar to that. And I put on there, and I had a bunch of people like thumbs up. I was like, you need to get
A lot of people,
He's huge in the hobby.
yeah, a lot of people don't know. You know, some people do, but just like Ziggy the other night said he had just found, you know, Elitco. Um, you know, I've watched him for a couple years, but I'm going to be honest, just seeing, you know, he has high end stuff, but he can focus on submitting, you know, smaller end cards like base rookie cards. And he has an enjoyment for the hobby. And like, you know, people probably think, oh, well, he's got these Drew Brees SP Authentics and, these Brady's and all these Acuna bat downs. What a lot of people don't realize, and he's said it on there and he's posted on Instagram, he was picking those cards up for when they were like $20,
Yeah.
and he's just held on to them. And, that kind of turned my attention away from going after the autographs out of higher end product, the expensive products, because we weren't getting a lot of return for it. If you don't hit and sell right away, those products decrease so rapidly that you're going to lose out. And then in September of 2018, we bought a bunch of Prism basketball because we were hearing, oh, Prism's, a good product. Retail is the way to go. And I'm not gonna lie, man, it's crazy. But Prism basketball, you pretty much cannot lose money on retail.
Well, that's what I was hoping you would, because I'm just learning basketball. What are good basketball products to look for?
Prism, Optic, Select is a nice one. Mosaic looks good. I didn't get any this year. People sent some in, but with the retail craze, I didn't get my hands on any. But Prism and Optic, and then I would say Select would be number 3. And if you can, stick with retail. You can get the lower number parallels and everything out of hobby, but the price is going to be so much. It's so much risk. You can, silvers pop out of retail so much, and then they have the green parallels and, some other, nice parallels. Like, I just looked tonight. Luka Doncic, his Prism Silver. We had one. It graded a 9, and I think it's at like $1,100 right now. And we got that out of a retail pack. I sold Zion and Jaws Hollows for $1,100 out of retail.
I know I showed these to you, but that's that Mosaic. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just a pretty card. I don't know about it.
I don't know what the value. Yeah, I don't know what the value will do on it, but it's been I like the inserts of it, but I haven't found any. So I know base. If you want a base card,
is that now that's an image off the base, but it's a blue with the.
That's a retail parallel.
A retail parallel.
It's called the Blue Velocity.
There you go.
I actually. I have the RJ Barrett right here.
Okay.
Let's see, it's the Blue Velocity. But yeah, I mean, I personally I like Prism and Optic. Select, from what I've seen from people that sent in, Select is a nice product. Mosaic looks really good. They changed that product this year. That's why I don't know a lot about it. But the inserts are really awesome. If you ever see a Genesis, man, they're pretty cards. I'm not gonna lie. Spectra, I think they're changing Spectra up a little bit this year. It's normally a pretty cool looking product, but I think it's going to be more in line with what they did with Mosaic.
Should you stay away from like die cuts and stuff on some of these cards? Or does it just depend on the player that you're. If you're looking to flip stuff, I'm not, but if you were looking to flip a card.
If it gets a high grade, you're fine. Die cuts are just hard to grade. But, I mean, I don't know. Like Kobe White, someone you're into now. His Prism base and an SGC 10, I've sold 3 of them. I sold 2 for $100 a piece and 1 at $105.
Hello. My mom said to make sure you're reading the chat.
Oh, my daughter came in to tell me that my wife said I need to be reading the chat, but I have been, and she was responding to it. She's packing my lunch, and she said the last we saw was Optic. um,
Hey, Rick. Rick says, "What's up, guys?"
um, but yeah, like that's a perfect example. Just Kobe White's base in an SGC 10. I was pulling $100 to $105, and I sold three of them. This, you know, that's a LeBron. I've sold one on eBay for 140. I gave Mr. Jordan one for 115. And
Why is
that's
LeBron's cards, if they're not rookies, why are they
because
valued so high now?
he's the best in the game, and it's his first year as a Laker on a Prism card.
Okay.
His 2018 Optic is his first. I believe that's his first true Laker card, and that card's pretty big too. But that's his first Prism card as a Laker. Like this one last year, you can see it says Lakers, but he's still in the Cavs uni.
Yes. All right.
So this one doesn't go for as much. But anything LeBron is big. I mean, like that rookie I bought, I paid $225 in February. It's like $900 now. So, but yeah, my personal preference is Prism and Optic. But Select looked really good. I will say that. Select is awesome in football too, and that's something I really want to get into this year. I think the draft class is pretty good. I missed out on Mahomes' year. I honestly, we were buying football in 2017, but we were buying, like I was buying into NT, and this was before the hobby spike, and we actually hit a Christian McCaffrey RPA out of 10 from NT. We hit a couple of Deshaun Watsons, not the RPAs, but just one was just a regular auto, one was a jersey auto. Hit a Ray Lewis auto.
Now, is NT as pricey in football as it is basketball and baseball, or is it comparative based on other products?
Not quite as high as basketball, but it is pretty pricey. Like, obviously 17 you had Watson. The Chiefs people were wanting, was it Kareem Hunt? They weren't even going after Mahomes, and which sucked because like I could have had the Chiefs so many times. But the team that everybody really wanted was Houston because of Deshaun Watson. I was buying the Panthers and the Jaguars a lot because both have really awesome patches, and they had Leonard Fournette and McCaffrey. I never hit a Fournette, but the McCaffrey RPA to 10, I wish I still had that. I think I sold it for 400, and it's probably 1,000 now, just because McCaffrey's probably the best running back in the game right now. But yeah,
he's a nice person too, and I think that helps in the hobby too. So
yeah, Bill, Select is awesome. I personally haven't bought any, but I did see some that got sent in for that 10-day. So
was that J Michelin 58? Was that J.A. Mosaic was on his hit list?
John Mosaic, yeah, the base cards.
You tell I don't know baseball. I mean basketball that well.
I'm gonna tell you, just from looking at prices, Mosaic prices are pretty cheap, which I thought was going to happen. Like the base, I think the silvers are still pretty high, but I'm pretty sure the base are pretty cheap, and some of the mosaics are pretty reasonable. But like the inserts look awesome. The Genesis look amazing. I love the Genesis cards. They look awesome.
I'm about to look that product up.
Now we're gonna have a running back dispute.
Yeah, here we go. It was Zimmerman last night. Now football, it's running back.
Hey, everybody can have their favorite. I could say the best running back in football is Lamar Jackson because, well, he can kind of run and throw. But, actually, that would kind of be, that'd be bad though because we do have a good running back. I hope the Ravens can win another. I hope they can win one with Lamar. He deserves it, man. He's a good dude. He's very humble. That's what I like about him.
Buy the green modern collectors like this shiny stuff.
Exactly, Michelin. That is what I do. That's why I said like Prism. You cannot lose money buying Prism basketball unless you're spending 600 or marked up third party stuff. If you get retail at retail price, I don't think there's a way possible to lose money on Prism, especially retail. All you got to do is hit one rookie in a blaster box, and you've pretty much made your money back. I mean, what is Zion's like $200 or something like that raw? Jaws probably 100 something. I think Kobe White might be $20 raw. I don't know exactly what he's at. I know Shy from 2018, you can get 35-40 for him raw. I was looking last night because I have a ton of basketball over there. And I noticed optic prices have came down a little bit, which is surprising because like November, optic actually peaked up a little bit over Prism, and now Prism's taking that crown again. So
That's pretty. I think it's a good time. It'd be just like any other sport. The NBA's coming back, but if you got guys that you're looking for that's not going to be out there on it, in the playoffs, this is a good time to pick them up at a good price.
honestly, man, I have a few new guys that I keep stashed away, but for the most part, I buy basketball. I don't flip the product. I buy it, rip it, flip it, or buy it, grade it, flip it. I don't sell unopened product. I actually was very tempted the last time that we got Optic. I was able to get an order off of Target. We got it in. I seen what it was selling for on eBay for unopened boxes, and I was very tempted. But I guess karma rewarded me because out of I think it was 6 mega boxes and 10 blasters is what we were able to order. We pulled a Luka checkerboard, a John Morant checkerboard, and 2 LeBron hollows, and I don't know how many Ja and Zion base. And the Ja checkerboard alone was $500. I sold it for $500. So, and LeBron hollows are few $100. The Luka checkerboard, I got 150 on that, and I probably sold it too cheap. But that was also back in March. But you can see, like when people, I try to explain this when people talk about when I do my ROI and why I use eBay raw prices instead of what I spent on product. It's not a fair valuation because most of my product has been bought off of profits from buying, ripping, and flipping. It's not out of pocket expense. So if I did that, then it would throw everything off. So what I prefer to do is use as if I got on eBay and bought the cards raw and graded them and do it that way with the fees and everything. Because, everybody's not going to have that luck. But if you can get retail basketball, you can make a lot of money. I
And
mean,
even with that formula, that's not really show. I wouldn't think it's really showing your true ROI. You're actually making more, aren't you? I mean,
yeah,
just
because I'm pretty much already in the profit.
right.
Um, so
Hey, you said
no,
about profit.
no, no,
You
Bill,
talk
I'm
about
not the
profit. You
reason,
said you
man.
wanted to talk about this tonight, and so here's your chance. Our boy Chili.
Yep. So yeah, guys, I meant to talk about this. If you go to Chili Sports Cards, his YouTube channel, I never got a notification on this. He messaged me yesterday to let me know that 2020
Yep.
Bowman Chrome Sapphire was supposed to come out. I never
Never
seen
got.
a single notification. I got zero email. I got no Twitter notification. No nothing.
It wasn't on the
Um,
scheduled release on there for the week's release either, because I got he
no,
got a hold of me and I looked. I didn't interrupt. Yeah.
I never seen it pop up on Top's website. He
Mhm.
apparently did see it pop up, but he posted a screen recording of his phone on Top's website, and you guys can go check it out. He kept hitting add to cart, and it wasn't saying sold out or anything. Just when he went to his cart, it would say nothing was there. He said he made it to checkout one time and it crashed. Um, so I don't know what happened with that whole release. There was nothing mentioned. Um, no email, no Twitter post. I seen nothing. I know yesterday they released it to 582 Montgomery members,
Yep.
and apparently that sold out. Like even all of the 582 Montgomery members couldn't even purchase it, and most of them had problems with even trying to get the product. And then I guess it was supposed to be released today. There was no announcement. So anyway, guys, Bowman Chrome Sapphire is probably going to be 400 plus right out the gate on aftermarket. Um, I was pretty sure Bowman Draft Sapphire was only like 25 a box or 50 a box, and this stuff was 150 a box.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was only like 32 cards or something like that.
Not counting
So
shipping and tax.
yeah, so it was very odd situation. I mean, the product was way higher than I thought it was going to be, and there was no announcement. So I'm going to take a guess that we will see it on cheap front breaks.
Bill's
You know,
pulls.
let me look real quick, just out of curiosity.
I
Um,
even reached out to my local card shop, and his vendor couldn't tell him nothing. He was, I made a phone call, and he was like, "Nah, Danner, I ain't. I've got a place, but I have no idea when it's coming in."
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye on Blowout because I'm sure they're going to have it. But I never said anything about it because I didn't even know it was coming out. Until Chili messaged me late last night and asked me if I was going to get any, and I was like, dude, it's going to be bots. It's going to be a traffic jam with a bunch of bots at the head of the line, and that's what these online releases are. They need to do something about it. There's no way that they can't do captchas or something like that. They say limit two per customer. Well, I can tell y'all from personal knowledge because I live near Blowout. They claim that they don't use bots, but I was told that they had at least
So
13
Chili,
accounts. So, you know, I don't know. And that was one person. So somehow they get through, and they could be getting it from a distributor. Tops might be shipping it to distributors. Who knows? But
I saw an interesting video that kind of discussed that. What the problem was is that so many of the local card shops aren't getting it from the distributors from them, that it's going to breakers. That's been the problem the last couple of years, especially this past year. They said is that the distributors are like, Nah, I can sell it for what I want to sell it. And even they're saying even Tops may even be doing it now. That
Oh
they're
yeah.
just, you know,
I
they're
mean,
like what you call my bots, preferred vendors. You know, who's to
well,
say they only had one box for sale that Chili was trying to get, and everybody was fighting over one box. You know,
yeah. I mean, to me it was just weird they didn't announce it. Something like that, you would have thought at $150 a box, you thought that would have been a huge announcement and not a last minute thing.
yeah,
Um, and then I never even got alerted.
mm-hmm.
Chili was filling me in the whole time. He got insider information. He must be working for Tops,
Yeah, he's a
and he
Tops
knew all
rep.
about it. But
He's a shrill.
but anyway, guys. Now that I know that this works, I need to jump off of here because unfortunately, I got to get up early in the morning and go to work. But I wanted to try this out. I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. I appreciate all you guys. We can definitely use this. Um, you know, to have a little group thing, and I think this would be pretty fun. So,
Just a word to the ones that get invited, just so you know, you need to keep a check on your email, because that's the way he'll send the link to you. So if he's saying he's going on at 8 o'clock at night, you need to be probably a good 15 minutes early, I would say.
I'll
Get, get on there.
I'll collaborate with everybody that wants to be a part of it and try to rotate it up and all of that. And we'll like schedule it or whatever. But now that I know something works, we can do it. So
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
anyway, guys, everybody have a good night. I'm gonna get down and make sure I got all my stuff ready for the morning and hit the pillows. But remember, guys, be safe. Shit, I'm so tired I can't even remember what I
Head
said.
up, eyes up, head on a swivel, deuces.
There you go. Till the next video, we're out, guys.